In 2020, more people voted in America than ever in the history of America in the middle of a once-in-a-century pandemic. All told, more than 150 Americans of every age, of every race, of every background exercised their right to vote. They voted early, they voted absentee, they voted in person, they voted by mail, they voted by drop box, and then they got their families and friends to go out and vote. Election officials, the entire electoral system, withstood unrelenting political attacks, physical threats, intimidation, and pressure. They did so with unyielding courage and faith in our democracy. With recount after recount after recount, court case after court case, the 2020 election was the most scrutinized election ever in American history. Challenge after challenge brought to local, state, and election officials, state legislatures, state and federal courts, even to the United States Supreme Court not once but twice. More than 80 judges, including those appointed by my predecessor, heard the arguments. In every case, neither cause nor evidence was found to undermine the national achievement of administering the historic election in the face of such extraordinary challenges. Audits, recounts were conducted in Arizona and Wisconsin. In Georgia, it was recounted 3 times. It's clear for those who challenge the results and question the integrity of the election, no other election has ever been held under such scrutiny and such high standards. The big lie is just that, a big lie.
Yep. So why do people want to believe a lie? Why do they want to? Who have we become that denial of a free and fair election is now patriotic? How in the world does that happen to Americans? The answer is anger, resentment, and propaganda, all rolled up into one giant ball of mung. And that is what it's like, you know, the Trump pansies are waiting for the gorilla guy to just keep throwing his feces at them, and they just eat it up. They just eat it up, and it's really sad, and it's really sick, and it's really, really dangerous. Now, I'm telling you, just about every lawyer that brought some sort of a bogus suit or filed a false affidavit with the court, they're all at the bar of justice now, meeting their fate. You know, Rudy obviously lost his law license. He lost his ability to enter a courtroom in New York and also in D.C. pending the outcome of the New York's investigation. And yesterday, a district court judge in Detroit tried to hold accountable Lynn Wood and Sidney Powell, and actually had a hearing that lasted for hours. It was like a 6-hour hearing, saying, how in the world did you not do even the most minimal due diligence checking on these false and fake and phony affidavits? I filed the affidavit. And this judge, Linda Parker, actually said, did you not even bother to check out or to verify the veracity, the truthfulness of anything that these people told you? She asked the lawyers over and over again, is there any legal basis to ask a judge to decertify an election and name a new winner? Is there any legal basis for that? And then she spent hours asking the attorneys to explain, how did you go about reviewing and vetting the information you submitted under your signature in hundreds of pages of sworn declarations that you said constituted evidence of purported fraud and irregularities? And she asked them over and over again, And no one ever spoke up. No one. Parker kept asking the lawyers, Sidney Powell and Lynn Wood yesterday, have any of you spoken to any of the witnesses? Have any of you inquired what exactly your witnesses say they saw that is included in these affidavits that you filed under your signature? And there was silence in the courtroom over and over and over. The judge said, anyone? Anyone? Bueller? No one answered her. Lynn Wood finally said, I had nothing to do with filing that. I had nothing to do with filing that lawsuit. I don't know why my name is on that lawsuit. I had nothing to do with it. What? She focused on statements from witnesses who said they saw individuals placing clear plastic bags into a mail truck, and he said he believed the bags could be ballots. And the judge said, that is really fantastical. I don't think I've ever really seen an affidavit, David, that has made so many leaps of faith. She said, my question to counsel here is, how could any of you, as officers of the court, present this type of an affidavit? And no one answered. And then she asked about another affidavit, a declaration that came from a witness that the lawyers that Lynn Wood and Sidney Powell referred to as Spider. In his sworn declaration, he claimed to be a former military intelligence expert who had discovered server traffic revealing that Iran and China had tampered with our election. But on closer inspection, it turns out that Spider, his real name is Josh Merritt, and he is a U.S. Army mechanic who has never worked in military intelligence, ever. In fact, he failed to complete the entry-level course that was offered by his military battalion. His entire career was spent, like my entire career, as he was a wheeled vehicle mechanic. I was an aircraft mechanic. And he lied about being an intelligence officer and made up crap about Iran and China, and they just filed it. And the judge kept saying, did anybody do due diligence? Did anybody even speak to him? Did anybody even do a cursory background check? Did you even find out like what his MOS was, meaning his military, a job description? No, silence. So now they're going to be, I don't know, she hasn't, come up with the penalty yet. She can disbar them. She can have them referred to their states for additional disbarment. She can fine them, and she can charge them with what it cost the city of Detroit to fight them in court. So we'll see what happens to them. Don't have time to listen to the live show? Want to hear more on your schedule? Go to randyrhodes.com and buy a stinking podcast.